We're in ancient Olympia, and I'm going to pretend that I am an athlete going to enter the Olympic Stadium. So have a look. Okay, so let's walk towards the entrance to the stadium, the entrance for the athletes, because the spectators would have gone up here and entered a different way. Now, as I go along as an athlete, I would see to my left statues. These are just the bases now that you can see today. And these statues were something like the Walk of Shame statues, because these were erected by cheaters. And cheaters, when they were caught, had to erect a statue of Zeus that were called Zanes and write their name and the name of their city-state on them. And this was just the biggest disgrace for any city, because anybody coming through here, and especially the athletes, would see who had cheated and disgraced their city-state. So here, for example, the very last one still has the footmarks where the statue would have stood, and it still has the name and the city-state, Sikion, which is in the Peloponnese, of this cheater. 2,500 plus years later, he's still memorialized here. Okay, so now let's walk through the tunnel. That is the inspiration for modern day stadiums. This is why athletes today come out onto the pitch or onto the court through a tunnel. This bit here was restored. The vaulted ceiling would have gone on to the end of this tunnel, and this is where the athletes would have walked through to get out into the stadium. So just imagine as you're walking along through the darkness of the tunnel here and hearing 40,000 people shouting, calling your name, cheering on, and you would come out to this stadium. Now, a stadium in ancient times, the name stadium was simply a unit of measurement, just like today we say kilometer or a mile. So this stadium is in fact one stadium. So that's equivalent to about 600 feet or 200 meters or so. Here you can see the starting blocks and their finishing blocks on the other end. And there would not have been any seating. There were no bleachers here. The 40,000 people would have sat on the slopes as they are today. And the only place where there was some construction was a platform here for the judges. So here I am. I'm going to step onto these starting blocks. And this is what it would have looked like waiting to begin your race. And if you were the victor, then the winner's podium was here. Only one victor though, no second or third places.